Okay, hello everyone. This is my flight review on RC Aerodyne's 500 Cobra fuselage. It's a little different from the Alliance version. Two big differences. Actually, there's three real big differences. One is this curve right here. The Align does not have that curve. It has straight 90-degree angles on it. Secondly, which I think is one of the better improvements that they did with this version, is that tail gear casing. It is a lot beefier than the Align version. This is Align's version. Sorry. This is Align's version. It's smaller. The gears are actually smaller, and it's not as beefy, and also uses these little self-tapping screws that strip real easily. So this one uses 2mm screws with nuts in the back. The only thing is the nuts keep falling from the back side, so I just put a little bit of super glue on it and then put it on the casing. Also, I suggest putting washers here. Just put washers on all four sides. On all the screws, so that way when you press up against it, it won't crack the plastic. Also, another thing, the Line and the RC Aerodyne version, both, this rotates real bad. So what I did is I put a little set screw in it, in the plastic casing. Put a set screw so it'll make contact with the shaft, or not the shaft, but the short tail boom section, and that'll stop the rotation on this side. On this side, what I did is I put just a little bit of tape around the tail boom, and that helped it secure it a lot better. So that's that. And then the third biggest thing that they did, which is, again, I believe is a better improvement than the Line, is they did, instead of how Line screws in from the bottom side of the fuselage, you gotta screw it into the frame. These screw just two places, one there, and the other one is right there. So you just put nuts in there on the side of it, and that's it. And in the back, what it does, it slides underneath the wood. There's these little wood slits that it slides right underneath, so there's no screws back there. It just slides right underneath. You can't really tell on this side. I got all my wiring on this side. But yeah, it slides right underneath there. See it? So you only use two screws. Only two screws. The only downside of this fuselage that I can see is that Align includes a scale cockpit, where RC Aerodyne does not. The cockpit did not come with mine. You have to order it separately. And instead of being made out of plastic like Align's, this is made out of wood. So everything's a lot more fragile. You can break it real easily. So that's the only downside to it. As far as my pilots, it came with two crazy looking pilots. I changed those out and put McLaren Series 3 helicopter crew chiefs and cut them at the waist and bent their arms so they'll fit. And it worked out perfect. They look really good inside. So it all fits. And another thing is they have a light kit that comes with this helicopter. So that's good. So you get a full light kit with it. You get two clear white ones here, solid, constant, to the front. You get two white strobes. one on the bottom, and then the other one on the tail, right there. You can't really tell, but it's right there. And then 2 indicator beacons, one there, and one on the underside. For the indicator beacons, already comes pre-installed. All you have to do is put the lights in and wire it up, and then that's it. But for the other ones, for the nav lights, the 2 in the front, I ended up putting 2 extra ones in the back of the tail here. I put 2 red ones, right there and right there. So I put 2 extra ones. Those are constant, just like on the Super Cobra. The one thing, if you're gonna install these first. Don't glue on the wings. It'll be harder to install these later. Install these first. You drill on the other side of the fuselage, drill through here, and then run your wire. That makes it a lot easier. Also, just like the Aerodyne, this one came with some Army stickers right here and here on all 8 missiles. So I went ahead and took them off, so that way it doesn't say U.S. Army and Marines. So there you go. I'm running this on a 8-cell battery, 2 4-cell 2650 milliamp 30C discharge batteries with a Castle 20 amp Pro and a 100 Castle ESC. Also, what I did is I installed a fan. You can't see it, but I installed a fan on the ESC right on the bottom here. My ESC is actually right underneath the main gear, right here. That's where it's at. So I installed a fan in there. You can't really see it, just so that it can keep it cooler. I'm running this off of a Gaui 550 with a 13-tooth pinion, 14 kV motor. And like I said, a 20 amp Castle Pro BEC. Besides that, I got the head spinning at 2360, and she holds really, really good. Just make sure you program your ESC to run 23, 24, 100 RPMs on it. My gyro is a JR 370 with the DS 3500G tail servo combo kit that you can buy, and high-tech servos. And that's really about it. Just make sure you get yourself if you are going to run it off an 8-cell, get yourself a in-series harness. And I had to add an extension to mine over here for my battery because it wouldn't reach. So I added an extension to it so it's easier. Also, I added a Y harness to my throttle, so that way I can basically plug in the add an extension wire here, so I can plug in the Castle program and it just reads off of that. For the light kit, you're gonna need a couple Y harnesses, and you're gonna have to cut and re-splice because when you buy them from the hobby store, they just don't fit right. The ends are backwards, so you have to redo the ends. And that way you can run 2 on the back tail like I did here. 2 tail lights, or 2 lights, the 2 red lights on the back. And you can run the constants up here in the front. There. That way you can run it constant. And that way you have the tail, because those didn't come with it. You have to get those separate if you want to. But the Cobra, Super Cobra has them there, so I installed them. And that's about it. Again, this is RC Aerodyne's version. I like it a lot better than the Aerodyne. This one comes in the Desert Cami or in a solid gray color. So I'm using Rototech 420 main blades with matching tails, matching yellow tip tails, so it matches the Rototech yellow on it. So yeah, there it is. This is a Torque 2 version, so you are going to have to convert this into a Torque 2, but that's easy. Just buy the Torque 2 version or the upgrade kit. You can get a whole combo kit because of the tail boom, the actual Torque 2 drive itself, and the tail casing. Now, I installed the tail casing from Aerodyne instead of using the one that it came with it. But both Aerodyne and Aerodyne's version, this spins a lot. It just a lot of play in it, real slop. So what I did is I don't think you can see it, but I put a set screw. You can't tell, but there it is. You can see the little scratches there. That's actually the set screw. I put a set screw in there so that this wouldn't wiggle anymore. And then on the bottom here, I put tape inside wrap that around the tube so that it wouldn't give me any more slop. So now it's nice and sturdy. It doesn't move. Also, make sure you put grease in here. Aerodyne comes with a little grease tube that you can get. What I just used servo grease for the gears. It works great. So make sure you do that. And that's really about it. Again, this is RC Aerodyne's version. I think it's a lot better than Aerodyne's version. Like I said, the only downfall is that it doesn't come with a cockpit, but you can get the cockpit from RC Aerodyne. It costs like $79 for the cockpit, but I think you get a better quality fuselage than Aerodyne's. Again, my friend's using Aerodyne, and he stripped out these gears 3 times already. And let me tell you, this is a pain in the butt to get out, because you gotta take the whole entire frame out to get this thing out. So it's a pain in the butt. Anyway, again, thanks for watching it. Let me know what you guys think. Again, this is RC Aerodyne's version. You can get it at scaleflying.com. Again, you can get this at scaleflying.com. Thanks.